morning student, myself Vinay Tripathi. Welcome to your online class. Students, today I am going to explain you in civics chapter 3 features of the constitution. So see students, in the last two lessons we studied how our constitution was made. We studied its preambles and understood terms like sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. And see students, and we also studied the preambles and understood terms like sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic, republic. The goals expressed in the preambles are the characteristic features of our constitution as well. And say students, that means the goals expressed in the preambles, what are the goals that are expressed in the preambles are the characteristics features of our constitution, okay, as well. Apart from this, the constitution also has other features, okay students. So apart from this, the constitution also has other features. So we shall try to understand this in the present chapter, okay students. Federalism. See students, federalism is what? The federal principle or system of government. We can say the federalism. One of the important features of our constitution is the federal system. And see students, that means one of the important features means characteristics of our constitution is the federal system, okay. In countries with large territories and huge population, government is run by a federal system. And see students, let me say countries with which have the large territories and huge population, okay. So government is run by a federal system. Ruling a large territories from a single capital city is not only difficult but may also lead to the neglect of some far-flung area. And see student, that means when we are ruling a large territories, okay, from a single capital city, so that means is not very difficult but may also lead to the neglect. We can neglect some far-flung area, means some widely spread area we can neglect, okay. People residing there cannot participate in the affairs of the government. Which are people are there who are residing in that place, so they cannot participate in the affairs of the government. Therefore government functions at two levels in the federation. And see students, because of that government functions at two levels in the federation. The government at the center carries out tasks like defense of the entire country, foreign policy, establishing, that means peace, etc. So it is also called union government or federal government. And see students, because of that, so governments are their function at two levels in the federation, okay. So government at the center carry the that means what types of tasks they are carried, that means tasks like defense of the entire country, foreign policy, and establishing peace, etc. So it is also called union government or federal government. It carries out the, and also see students, it carries out the administration of the entire country, okay students. So it also carry out the administrations, how to run the country, entire country, okay, administration of the entire country. Government that oversees the administration of the region that we live in is called state government. It looks after the administration of a particular state. And see student, that means the government that oversees the administration, okay, of the region, that means that we live in is called a state government, okay. And it looks after the what was their works are the students, that means it looks after the administration of a particular state. See examples is given students, what are the examples are there, that means government of Maharashtra looks after the administration of the state of Maharashtra. And this way students, the government of Maharashtra, what they are doing, that they can look after the administration of the state of Maharashtra. The system of running the administration of a country cooperatively by the government at two levels, making law about different subjects, is called the federalism. And system, what are the systems are there, how to govern the country, the system of running the administration of a country, we have to cooperate with each other. So cooperatively by the government at how many levels? Two levels, okay. Making law about different subjects is called, that means which are making the law for different subjects, is called the federalism, okay students. Now see the separation of powers. The constitution had divided the subject for making law between the union and the, that means union government and the state government. And this way we can say about how it was separated, separation of the powers. So this is students, the constitution had divided the subject for making law between the union government and the state government, okay. Let us see which government is entrusted with what subjects. Our constitution has given three lists of various subjects. So let us discuss about that, or see about that which government is entrusted with what subjects, and our constitution has given three lists of various subjects. So see students, that means our constitution has given how many lists? Three lists of various subjects. Okay students, first list is called union list. It contains 97 subjects. Okay students, on which the union government make a law, they can make a law. And total how many subjects are there students in union list? It contains 97 subjects, and on which the union government they have to make the law. The state list is for the state government. And see students, the state list is for the state government to legislate, means to make a law. Legislate means what students? To make a law upon. And it contains 66 subjects. Apart from this two lists, there is a concurrent list which contains 47 subjects. So see students, that means that means third one is the which we can say that apart from this two list, there is also a concurrent list are there, and which contains how many subjects? 47 subjects. Okay, so both government can make law on subjects included in this list, and they can make the law subjects included in this list. If a subjects come up that is not included in any of this list, the union government is entitled. See students, so when the subjects comes up that is not included in any of the list, okay, then the union government is entitled to make a law on it. That means union government have the rights, legal rights, okay, to make the law on it. And these powers are termed as residuary powers. And see students, these powers are termed as a residuary powers. Okay students, do you know the divisions of powers in the Indian Constitution is unique? So see students, that means division means the separation of powers in the Indian Constitution is unique. Unique means what? Being the only one of its kind, because the unique. It enables the union government and the state government to bring about the country progress by cooperating with each other. So see students, so it enables the union government and the state government to bring about the country progress, make the development of the country by cooperating with that means they have to cooperate with each other, and this will encourage participation of citizens in the administration of the country. And say students, this also encourage participation of the citizens in the administration of the country. Means people will participate more and more, and this way that means it will encourage the participation of the citizens in the administration of the country, to run the country. Okay students, who deals with what subjects? So see students, first one is subjects with the union government. So that means what types of arrangement were done by the union governments, or what types of work was done by the union governments. So the union government have to look after that defense, about defense, foreign relations, war and peace, currency, international trade, etc. Okay. Second one is subject with the state government. So see students, the state government's work are there to look after the agriculture. Means farmers are doing the agriculture, isn't they are getting the benefits or not? Okay. Law and order, local government, health, prison, administration, etc. So all these who are looking all these things, student, that means state governments are looking all these things. So they have to make the arrangement. Okay. And third one is subject with both the government, that is employment. Isn't it all the people are getting the job opportunity, they are getting the job opportunity or not? Environment, isn't it environment is balanced or not? Economic and social planning, personal law, education, etc. So all these subject who are looking student, that is both the governments. So they have to make the arrangement. Okay students, so this way all these subjects are there. So who are looking all these things? First one is subject with the union government, second one is subject with the state government, and third one is subject with both the government. Okay, so there are other works are there, so they have to do that. Okay students, these totally cancel students, I have marked with pencil, no need to read this. Okay, now say that next one is union territories. In India there is a union government, okay students, and 28 states governments. And see in this book students, it is 9 union territories was there, but now it become the 8 union territories are there. Okay, so on that which are there that I am saying you. And see that the union government control the union territories. So which are the 8 union territories was there students? That is Andaman and Nicobar, okay, Chandigarh, Dadra and Nagar Haveli, and Daman and Diu, Delhi, Ladakh, Lakshadweep, Jammu and Kashmir, and Puducherry. So this is total 8 was there. So this is in this book it is 9, but now it become the 8. Okay. And see that's parliamentary systems of the government. So see students, the Indian constitution has provided for a parliamentary system of the government. Okay, and in such a system the parliament, that is the legislature, has the highest decision making power. So you know that students, that in this system So legislate means to make the law. So legislators are to make the law. So they have the highest power. Okay, decision making power. And in the parliament includes the president, Lok Sabha or the House of the People, and the Rajya Sabha or the Council of the States. So all these are that means includes on that who are that means parliament includes are there. That is president will be there, Lok Sabha or the House of the People, and Rajya Sabha or we can say the Council of States. The Council of Ministers that run the administration emerges from the Lok Sabha and is answerable to the Lok Sabha. So the Council of Ministers that run the administration, okay, and emerges from the Lok Sabha and is answerable to the Lok Sabha for all its decision. In parliamentary democracy, the discussion and debate that take place in the parliament have a great significance, means importance. So students see that in parliamentary democracy, we can say that discussions and debates will be there, and that take place in the parliament have very great importance, means significance. Okay. Do you know? So see students, see that currency notes, that is 50 rupees. Okay. You have surely seen that currency notes. Okay. So you can see that currency notes. Okay. The words guaranteed by the central governments are printed on currency notes. And see, so we can say about the words guaranteed by the central government are printed on currency notes. So you can see that. So this in these notes we are seeing that 50 rupees. Okay, that is what is written, that Reserve Bank of India and photo of Gandhiji. Okay, and also see the Ashoka Chakra. So all these are the mentioned here. Okay, if you have seen the badge on the uniform of a policeman, it reads Maharashtra Police. And see students, you also see that badge on the uniform of the policeman, whatever the uniform, that means policemen are using that, wearing that. So on that badge, you can see that what you can read is Maharashtra Police. Okay, you must have surely come across the following: Indian Railway and Maharashtra State Road Transport and Corporation also. This means that in our country, government function at two levels. How many levels, students? So in our country, governments are, that means they can work in function, means they can work at two levels. One is the central government and other is the state governments. Okay, so one is we can say the central government, students, and second one is the state governments. So example, Maharashtra state government, Karnataka state government, etc. So the examples are given to students. What is the examples are there? That is Maharashtra state governments and Karnataka state governments. So see student, pictures are shown here. That badge of that Maharashtra Police, that is afterwards Indian Railway. Okay, and Maharashtra State Road Transport Corporation. So these all are the, that means we can say about that badge was there. Okay, can you see that? Okay. Independent judiciary. So see students, our judiciary is totally independent. They can take the decision. They are the fully rights. The Indian Constitution has created an independent judiciary power. Okay. So the disputes that cannot be resolved mutually are referred to the judiciary. See students, when the disputes, when the problems that cannot be resolved, means cannot be solved mutually, are referred to the judiciary. Okay. So the court first hear both the contesting parties, look into the injustice. Okay. If any and gives its judgment, this has to be done impartially. So see students, first the court will hear both the contesting parties. Okay. So whatever they are saying, the first the court will be hear that and look into the injustice. If they can look into the injustice, if any, and gives its judgment, then what happened, that this has to be done impartially. Okay. And this way the court have the rights. Okay, the judge has the rights to take the proper decisions. The Constitution has made several provisions to ensure that the judiciary remains more and more independent. And see students, that means the Constitution has made several provisions. Why? To ensure that the judiciary remains more and more independent. For example, that judge are appointed by the president, students, not by the government. So the judge was there in the court. So judge was appointed by the president, not by the government. So it is not easy to remove the judge from their office. And see students, so whatever the decision of judge was taken, that people have to obey that, not to disobey that, and it is not easy to remove the judge from their office. Okay students. Single citizenships. So see students, the Indian Constitution has granted a single citizenships to all Indians. Okay, and that is we can say the Indian citizenship. So see students, that means we are living in India country, that means we are the citizen of India country. Okay students, so we become the citizen of the India country. Okay. Process of amending the Constitution. So say students, that means process of amending means what? Changes the Constitution. There comes up a need to make changes or amendment in the provisions of the Constitution due to the changing circumstance. So say students, that means we can say about what are the processes are there to changing the Constitution, means amendment. Okay. but frequent amendment to the constitution may lead to a situation of instability. Yes, students, you know that if we can change that, that means any changes we can make that, then what happens that to the constitutions, so it will lead to the situation of instability. There will be the instability was there. The procedure of for amendment is specified in the constitution itself, so as to ensure that an amendment is made only after giving it a careful consideration. So see students, that means what are the processes are there, what are the procedures are there for amendment is specified in the constitution itself. They can make the constitution itself, and so as to ensure that amendment is made only after giving it careful consideration will be there. Then only it will change. The procedure for amendment in the constitution is unique. And see student, the procedure for the amendment in the constitution is unique. It is neither too difficult nor too easy. More scope has been provided for giving more consideration and thoughts to important amendment. And see students, more scopes has been provided for giving more consideration and thoughts to important amendment changes. The procedure is also flexible to ensure that general amendment can be brought about easily. And also the procedure also you can say about this is also flexible to ensure that general amendment can be brought about easily. So what are the changes are there? First, constitution they can specified in the constitution itself, and afterwards they can make the changes. Okay students. Students, India map, can you see the country India? So say that D and A, that is Dadra and Nagar Haveli. Okay, DD that is Daman and Diu, and we can say about that. See the PY that is Puducherry. Okay, and say students, Hyderabad is the capital of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana states. Okay, and Chandigarh is the capital of Chandigarh. United States and the states of Punjab and Haryana. So see students, that means in that we can say about that Chandigarh is the capital of Chandigarh. Okay, and United States and the state of Punjab and Haryana. Okay, so see this is your map of India, and see the index also, that different sign and symbol are shown here for different purpose. Okay, can you see that? And that means for international boundary different sign are there, state boundary different sign are there, and United States boundary also different symbol sign and symbols are there, and national capitals you can see that outer New Delhi. Can you see that one? See, so different sign and symbols are there, and state capital also, it is black dot was there, and circle is for the capital of Union Territories. So you have to observe this, that is a map of India country. Okay, so many states are there in this mention here. Okay, can you see about that? And also national capitals and different signs are shown for the different purpose. So you have to observe this, our country map, that means India map. Okay students, can you tell totally cancel? I have marked with pencil students, no need to read this. Okay students, now totally cancel students, I have marked with pencil, no need to read this. Next one is election commissions. So say students, you know that election commission works means what are the work of the election commissions are there? So they can conduct the elections in a free and fair atmosphere. Okay, you must have read about the election commissions in the newspaper. Okay students, so you must read that about election commissions where in the newspaper. Since India has adopted a democratic form of government, and say students, you know that India has adopted a democratic form of government. Okay, people have to elect their representatives periodically, and you know that people have the rights, they can select their representatives. Okay, periodically. For this, the election have to be conducted in a free and fair atmosphere, and for that what is important students, the election have to be conducted or have to be done where, what types of atmosphere? That is in a free and fair atmosphere. Only then will be the citizen be able to elect a candidate for their choice without any fear or pressure. So say students, if elections have been conducted in the free and fair atmosphere, then only that means people they can select their candidate of their choice without any fear or pressure, without any foundation, without any pressure. So say students, if the government were to be conduct elections, there might be no guarantee of such free, fair and just atmosphere for the elections. So say, so if this work was done by the government students, then what happened that there might be no guarantee of such free, fair and just atmosphere for the elections. Hence, the constitution has entrusted the responsibility of conducting elections to an independent machinery, and because of that, the constitution, that means our constitution, has entrusted the responsibility of conducting elections to an independent machinery. Okay students, and this machinery is known as the election commission. Okay, and the responsibility of conducting all elections in India rests with the election commissions. So see students, that means to conduct elections, who have the responsibility? Election commission have the responsibilities, and this way the responsibility of conducting all elections in India rests with the election commissions. Okay students, Now say students, the Indian constitution has some important characteristics, means features we can say about that. In this chapter we have studied only some of the important features. So say students, in our India constitution has some important characteristics, features, and in this chapter, in this topic, we have studied only some of the important features, okay. And another important features of our constitution is exhaustive, means all inclusive we can say about that, okay. Exhaustive means also students, that is all inclusive provisions of fundamental rights. So we shall study this in the next chapter, okay students. That means only few, that means some important features we learn in this chapter. And another important features of our constitution is all inclusive, means exhaustive provisions of fundamental rights are there, that we shall study this in the next chapter, okay students. So say students, exercise question number 1, prepare a table to show the separation of power in a federal government, okay. See that that category was there: union list, state list, concurrent list. Question number 2, find one word score. Question number 3, answer the following questions. Only this much are the assignments are there. I am giving to you as your homework. So you have to write this in your notebook and read this lesson twice, 2 times properly. I hope that you understood this lesson. Thank you.